Lego Star Wars is too expensive. Now, this obviously varies person for person if they believe Lego Star Wars is just too expensive for them. But honestly, I've reached the breaking point. It's just happening too often nowadays where sets are just too expensive and they don't even include everything that they should include. Now, we're going to get into this on a case by case basis to give you some examples so you know what I'm talking about here. But chances are you probably could already guess a few different sets that I may be referring to in this video, just because it is so blatantly obvious that Lego is just not including everything they should be including for the premium prices that we're going to be paying, or maybe we won't be paying. I'll get more into that later. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into this video. This is a video I thought I'd ever make, but I thought as a Lego Star Wars fan who I usually don't use this channel to talk about 100% just my personal feelings in a face-to-face video, but I figured it was time to get more personal and just make a video like this where just to share my thoughts on what I think of the hobby in general right now. And frankly, right now, I think everything is just too expensive. And there's a lot of justifications that people have come up with to defend Lego for these things. And honestly, I don't really agree with many of them, or maybe even any of them, but we'll get into that. So, first off, we're going to talk about a brand new Microfighter set that came out in June of this year, the Captain Rex Microfighter, the coveted minifigure everybody was waiting for since the Venator came out. They wanted an affordable Captain Rex. So what does Lego do? Lego slaps them in a Microfighter for $3 extra. Now, we can get into debate about, whether or not Microfighters are going to be that expensive in the future anyway, because looking back at the Mandalorian N1 Starfighter set, it was 15 or 16 bucks, whatever outrageous price it was, because it included an extra Grogu, which is like the cheapest and smallest mold Lego uses for Lego Star Wars minifigures, and they've used it in so many sets. I doubt it costs them like anything, but that's the justification they used for the $15 or $16 Microfighter, and then I believe the justification they're using for the $13 Microfighter for Captain Rex is the fact that he's Captain Rex, and Captain Rex would sell. You could make that Microfighter 20 bucks, and I guarantee you people could buy it, maybe even 25 bucks, just because it's Captain Rex. People will buy it. But really, a lot of people, might be thinking, Microfighters were bound to, have this price increase. There's inflation. There may be extra licensing fees. Maybe they're rising. Shipping costs, manufacturer costs, they're all rising. It's 2024. Everything's going up. Prices are going up. But it's a Microfighter, okay? It's one minifigure and a small build. Lego, even after adjusting for inflation, can easily create battle packs which have 4 minifigures and then 1, 2, or even 3 small builds. Usually it's about, it either matches the Microfighter piece count or doubles it somewhere in that range, with of course 3 extra minifigures for an extra $7 now. So, I don't know. This just seems off the charts to me that for an extra $7, you're getting 3 more minifigures and more parts. I mean, and that's not a good thing, okay? That just is saying that Microfighters are a bad deal nowadays, and battle packs are, much better deal in my opinion. Now, it's always been like this. Microfighters have been, $8 to $10 for the longest time, while battle packs were in that $13 to $15 range. The price gap in between them has always been similar, but increasing the Microfighters price just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Now, this isn't a, set that I'm very, very, upset about, and if it was just the Microfighters being a little overpriced, I wouldn't even be making this video, to be honest with you. I don't care. An extra $3 for a Captain Rex, everyone's happy, whatever. Okay, Lego's making extra profit. People are getting the Captain Rex figure they want. I'm not complaining. I got a Captain Rex with, that nice pauldron. I did buy him before from a different seller, but didn't come with the pauldron. Long story. Anyway, that's not what this video is mainly about. Just want to start it off because it is the cheapest set that is on the market as far as Lego Star Wars goes, I believe. So, actually, maybe Brickheads beat that out now. Yeah, I think Brickheads are less expensive than Microfighters now, which, I don't know, maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't. I'm not here to talk about that. But let's get into something that I believe, really, really shouldn't be. Let's get into something that's way less justifiable, that's, it's more than a $3 issue, okay? These are the playsets. The playsets nowadays that Lego has released are so incredibly expensive. Okay, let's just look at this. Battle on Peridia. Okay, $55 set. Many are comparing it to the Darth Vader vs. Obi-Wan set, which was $50 and wasn't a very well received that set. This set is a bit more well received because the build, I'll admit, is much better. The minifigures included, there are more and they're higher quality minifigures, I believe. Even so, for $55, you're telling me Lego couldn't include a Captain Enoch in there? Or, they don't even need to add another minifigure to the set. They can take out that Night Trooper, add in a Captain Enoch, and then release a whole Night Trooper battle pack, and that would work just fine. But it's like these little issues in sets really kind of upset me because the set's $55, okay? And it's $5 more than the Darth Vader vs. Obi-Wan set. And I get the build looks better, the minifigures are better, but I don't know. I think it would just be I would just receive that kind of set much better if it had the Captain Enoch, and Lego was a little bit more sensible with their minifigure selections. I don't really understand putting one Night Trooper in a set. I mean, cool, we have the minifigure now, but what are people going to do with that? I mean, they're not going to army build the set. I hope that's not what Lego is intending, to army build the Battle on Peridia set to get Night Troopers. That doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't they just include Captain Enoch and do a separate battle pack? I don't know. Maybe there's some weird marketing strategy behind that. I don't know. But a set that I'm even kind of more upset about, I don't really understand the price, is the Ambush on Mandalore set. Or, no, that's the battle pack. Whatever the one is, the $40 set with Moff Gideon, the 2 Praetorian Guards, and Paz Vizsla. Okay. For $40, $10 more than, the most comparable Mandalorian playset that we got. It was the, what was it called? The Armorer's Forge set for $30 a couple years prior. Came with 3 minifigures and a slightly smaller build, I'd say. A similar set, to the new Mandalore playset. I don't understand. Okay, the $10 price increase, fine. But include the 3rd Praetorian Guard. Why is that not included? That just boggles my mind. Why is Lego not including the 3rd Praetorian Guard? Because they want you to go buy a second set? What are you going to do with the extra Moff Gideon, Paz Vizsla, and the extra door build? I mean, you can get creative with the build, combine the two, make a big Mandalore build, whatever. That's all fun and games. But buying a whole other set, $80 just to get enough Praetorian Guards. You'd actually have 4 Praetorian Guards, actually, which is more than enough. I don't know if you guys like having the, correct amount of Praetorian Guards, or if you'd be fine having 4. That's another topic of discussion. But you'd have to buy 2 of those sets just to get enough Praetorian Guards. Doesn't really sit right with me. And maybe if they came out with some sort of weird battle pack for that season of Mandalore, for that season of The Mandalorian, and then included a Praetorian Guard, maybe this would be a different story. But they didn't. They made a different battle pack, which I have no problem with that battle pack. The Mandalorian versus Imperial Super Commando battle pack. I like that battle pack, okay? Actually, one of my favorite sets in a long time for LEGO Star Wars. The $20 battle packs actually don't bother me too much because they're definitely the better value out of sets nowadays in LEGO Star Wars. But now that we have that set out of the way, let's get into another set here. So we have a set I'm actually really excited for. I'm going to buy it. Even though I recognize it's so overpriced, I'm going to buy it. The new Skiff Speeder set with the Sarlacc pit. Okay, I'm going to say it. The Sarlacc pit, it's amazing. I love the new Sarlacc pit build. It's the best Sarlacc build we've gotten ever in LEGO Star Wars. Ever. Period. No other one even comes close. And the minifigures, they're pretty good. There's some issues there. But, first of all, this set doesn't even pass the eyeball test. I mean, look at it. What would you say that set is worth? I mean, surely not $80. $80 for that? No, that's like $60 tops, $50 maybe, $50 to $60. I think would have sat way better. And for this insane, outrageous $80 price point, what do? They lazily put the Boba Fett mech minifigure in here instead of the Return of the Jedi version, the correct version. They put the Empire Strikes Back version, and there's no bad guy in this set other than Boba Fett. There's no one to be on the Skiff Speeder. I mean, that's like that's kind of an optional thing, you know, if you prefer that in the set, because this set is supposedly supposed to pair with the new UCS barge. So that's up for interpretation. Whatever you think about that, you know, up to you. But the fact that they include the wrong Boba Fett just really doesn't sit well with me. The other minifigures, I don't have a problem with. I actually really like the other minifigures. I've heard there are some people that don't like some of the design choices with the other figures, but they're not as glaring as the Boba Fett issue. And the only reason, you know, a lot of people joke about LEGO Star Wars fans always being caught up in, you know, the little details, right? The little details in these sets. And people are going to say, you know, these sets are made for kids. Is a kid really going to care that it's the Empire Strikes Back Boba, which looks just as cool as the Return of the Jedi Boba? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But as a collector of LEGO Star Wars, when you're paying $80 for that set, the least you can ask for and expect for paying a premium, probably at least $20 to $30 more than you should be paying for this set, you should expect the correct minifigures, the correct variants of the minifigures, okay? Just the correct figures in this set. This Boba Fett may as well be a whole different minifigure that doesn't even make sense for the scene, because it's not. It's not accurate at all for the time period this set took place. And, you know, I can't help but think that I'm just getting caught up in the details like every LEGO Star Wars fan is, you know, jokingly caught up in. But, again, for the $80, I just expect to get the correct minifigures. But as far as the build goes for the set, you know, I do have to give credit where credit is due. The build is amazing in the set. I can't wait to buy it, even for that outrageous price point. I'm still excited for this set. And, you know, maybe I'll even pad print my own, you know, replacement body for the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett with a physical pauldron. You know, if you guys want that, let me know in the comments below. I'm definitely considering it. Here's some pictures on screen of what that may look like. And, you know, the crazy thing about this, okay, you know, I don't want to feel too argumentative in this video. I kind of just want to give my opinion, but I do want to bring this up. So, like I said earlier, the common argument that's used against LEGO Star Wars fans like myself that point out glaring issues in LEGO Star Wars sets is that it's made for kids, and kids aren't really going to care if these little details aren't exactly right. And, you know, maybe, you know, props to you. I mean, that's a fair point. I'll just say it's a fair point. But on top of the premium price you're paying, you know, LEGO already did this minifigure right years ago. I believe 2017, the Skiff Speeder set, they had a correct minifigure. I mean, no arm printing, of course, because, you know, LEGO Star Wars wasn't putting arm printing on just any minifigure back then. But in 2017, they made the correct Boba Fett minifigure, but they can't do it in 2024. And what really just puts a sour taste in my mouth is LEGO has been reporting record profits for the past however many years. At least the past 2 years. Or, you know, starting in 2020 to 2022, I know they had record profits those years. Now, I don't have, like, you know, exact numbers for the past 2 years exactly, but we know they're not going bankrupt by any means. And is it really going to kill them to print a new, and design and print a new Boba Fett minifigure to use in this set? And they could easily include that minifigure in a different set. If they like the reuse value, you know, I understand LEGO likes to reuse minifigures and molds, and that all makes perfect sense. It's from a business standpoint, and I don't really mind it from a consumer standpoint, as long as the minifigure is correct for the set it's in. So, you know, maybe LEGO, if they want to have some more reuse value for this Boba Fett minifigure they're making for this one set, maybe they could do, you know, a different mech set in the future. Just something to get some reuse value out of it. Maybe that's not the set we'd all want as consumers, but any little Return of the Jedi set in the future that could include Boba Fett, they could just include that Boba Fett in there, and boom! They can reuse a minifigure, and they're getting more value out of it. They're getting the same value that they're getting out of this Empire Strikes Back Boba, but no. We have to get a different Boba Fett. And this is probably the issue that I've talked most about, because I just love the original trilogy, and I really want the minifigures in my collection just to be, you know, as good as possible when collecting the original trilogy. Probably what I'm most passionate about as far as the eras go in LEGO Star Wars. Like, this set is the one of 2 sets I'm super excited for in the August wave. The other one is the Star Destroyer. Really, really love the Star Destroyer, by the way. The price it's okay. The set itself, I think, is great. And I have one issue with it. it includes just one Stormtrooper. I mean, again, it's like the Night Trooper situation. Why would you even throw in just one trooper? I don't really understand it. I mean, put two Stormtroopers in there. It's not going to break the bank, and it just makes the set way better, in my opinion. You know, you may feel like I'm just nitpicking here, but I don't know. I like having at least two Army Builder figures in a set, if they're going to be included at all. Alright, so we've gone over some of the playsets LEGO's been coming out with, and now I want to get into an issue I kind of already looked at with some numbers in the actually last video I uploaded on this channel. It's been a couple weeks. Sorry about the absence, guys. I've just been focusing on other stuff like the customs and just a lot of other stuff, honestly. But Jedi Starfighters in LEGO, they're just too much nowadays. I don't know. I mean, the Jedi Bob Starfighter, $40, 3 minifigures. One of them is a gonk droid, like literally just used, you know, reusable parts from other sets. And then one of them is so lazy. It's literally a clone trooper with Admiral Akbar's face. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is another problem, okay? LEGO, I feel like they've been pricing sets higher and this has been happening for like probably over a decade. They used to do this a lot with General Grievous. Whenever they include a fan, you know, very popular character in a set, I think they feel like it's okay to charge extra. Like the Jedi Bob Starfighter, honestly, I think it should have been around $35. $40 just seems like it's pushing it. And it has Jedi Bob, obviously, a minifigure that's super, super popular in LEGO Star Wars community. And it's $40. And then there's 2 throwaway minifigures in the set that, in my opinion, no one really cares about. And I honestly, I've seen online that I haven't seen anyone really defending the minifigure selection in the set. So as far as I know, not many people really care for the other 2 minifigures in the set. It's all about Jedi Bob and his Starfighter. The Starfighter build itself is cool. Still doesn't justify $40 to me. Okay, people are comparing it to the Anakin's custom Jedi Starfighter, but it's a bit smaller. And the minifigures included in the other set, although it was technically less minifigures included, they're more creative, and there's more effort put in them. There was one reused figure. It was the Anakin figure, which, whatever, props there. But the Asajj Ventress was a totally new minifigure, and it was amazing. So maybe comparable to the Jedi Bob figure. But there's no reuse, like, full minifigure that wasn't a weird gimmick in this Jedi Bob set. There's just a weird Admiral Akbar clone trooper and the gonk droid, which is all reused parts. Nothing new with that gonk droid, as far as I'm aware. But still, cool set. It's like, it feels like LEGO's really pushing it lately. And with all of these high-priced sets coming out, you know, around the same time, it's really starting to put it into perspective how much money we're going to be spending on LEGO Star Wars sets. I mean, you know, setting like the value aside for sets and just looking at the prices for LEGO Star Wars sets are just going up, up, up. Like, even the concepts of sets, like LEGO Star Wars sets that are made nowadays are on average just higher price sets. Setting value aside, I'm not saying they're too expensive. Even putting, you know, that point aside, these sets themselves are just, you know, bigger sets, more expensive sets. And what's really surprising is the Advent calendar, which has stayed $45 for the past couple years, is honestly starting to look like a solid deal when comparing it to other similar sets. Compare the upcoming Advent calendar to Jedi Bob Starfighter. I think there's way better value in the Advent calendar. All those exclusive figures, some of the reused figures, all those cute little builds. I mean, I don't know. It's really a scary place that LEGO Star Wars is going. I don't know. I've gotten to a point where I'm not gonna buy as many LEGO Star Wars sets as I used to. I used to try to buy every LEGO Star Wars set from the new drop. In fact, I think I almost did this past June, but I've gotten to a point where it's just pricing me out. I mean, part of the reason, and this isn't the full reason I do YouTube for LEGO Star Wars because I like sharing my passion, and it's just fun. You know, if it wasn't fun and I was making the amount of money on here that I do, I probably wouldn't do it. It's not a huge amount of money. I'm very grateful for the money I do get from this YouTube channel. And a lot of the money from this YouTube channel, I reinvest into my personal collection from new LEGO Star Wars sets. But this channel, I mean, it's partly my fault for not uploading as much the past couple weeks too. But this channel, I don't even think it generates enough revenue anymore for me to even afford the new Lego Star Wars set waves. Now, I'm not saying it should. I'm not saying this channel should always make me like a ton of money so I can just buy as many Lego Star Wars sets as I want. But I'm just making a point that Lego Star Wars waves in general are just getting so expensive. The total is just going up and up and up because there's so many adult aimed sets. And I feel like kids are just starting to get left out, either outpriced or they don't even have many sets that kids can go for nowadays. I mean, they have the mechs, I guess, but as far as playsets go, either they're just too expensive or we're just not getting many playsets for that wave. The August wave does have a good amount of playsets, and I do appreciate that. You know, the Star Destroyer, an amazing playset. Battle on Peridia, nice playset. The Sarlacc Pit, it's a decent playset. Very expensive, but decent playset. Jedi Bob Starfighter, you know, it's fine. It's a Jedi, right? Kids love Jedi. You know, lightsaber battles with their minifigures. That's always fun. But I don't know. This is kind of just me rambling. I don't have a script for this video. You'll probably notice that when I talk, it's not super organized. I'm just kind of saying my thoughts as they come by. And my thoughts right now, as a Lego Star Wars fan, I'm going to be buying more custom stuff. I'm going to be buying custom Lego Star Wars minifigures over Lego Star Wars sets. Like, I used to buy Lego Star Wars sets knowing there were flaws with the minifigures. For example, Commander Fox in the newest Coruscant Guard gunship. Obvious print flaws, you know, just printed waist cape, all these issues with that figure. But I bought it anyway. And honestly, looking back, I would rather just buy a custom Commander Fox that looks absolutely amazing. And I will pay a premium. Because at this point, we're paying a premium but not getting the results from official Lego Star Wars sets. So, I'd rather pay the premium for custom Lego Star Wars items and receive, you know, what I'm paying for, okay? At this point, you're getting scammed from Lego Star Wars. You're just paying for stuff and it's subpar. You're paying more for less quality. And I think that's kind of unacceptable as a Lego Star Wars fan. Now, I'm not going to say, you know, Lego Star Wars is dead. I'm never going to buy another Lego Star Wars set, because I am. I'm planning on buying 2 different Lego Star Wars sets coming up in August, like I said, the Star Destroyer and the Skiff Speeder. But I'm just going to dial down Lego Star Wars sets. If I'm not 100% or 99% sold on, you know, I want this set, if I don't fully want this set, I'm not going to buy it, okay? I'm not even going to buy the Battle on Peridia set. I know, cool minifigures, I want to, but it's just too much money for, you know, one Night Trooper, no Captain Enoch. It's just not what I want from a Ahsoka set. You know, Ahsoka character pack, basically. That's kind of what it is, like a character pack of Ahsoka minifigures. So, yeah, I'm going to have to, you know, I might even skip out on Jedi Bob Starfighter, honestly. Is it even worth it? $40 for a Jedi Bob? I don't even think Jedi Bob's even worth that much to me, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, so that's my thoughts. I don't want to be all Debbie Downer, you know, Lego Star Wars is dead, everything's negative. No, there are some really cool sets, like the Dark Millennium Falcon. I'm not buying it. It's $180. I don't really want it a ton, per se. But the set itself, I can recognize, it's such a cool set, man. It's just cool. The minifigures are cool. The set is cool. There's so many cool sets coming out for Lego Star Wars. So many gimmick sets. But it's just outpricing me as a fan most of the time. So, yeah, I'm going to stick to, you know, I'm going to buy only the sets that are giving me the most amount of value for the money I'm paying. And then for everything else, I'll just turn to customs, because that's how good customs are getting nowadays. So, yeah. Now, this won't affect my my upload schedule or anything. I'm not going to quit YouTube because of this. It won't really affect much. I don't usually make, in real life, videos about the Lego Star Wars sets in my collection or reviews or anything like that anyway, so it won't affect the content very much. But that was basically just my unorganized thoughts put into this video, kind of unedited video, you know, half an hour long. Let me know what you guys think. I was just kind of venting here about, you know, what I think about Lego Star Wars as a fan. And that's it. So let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking about Lego Star Wars in general right now. If you think any of the points I said, if you agree with them, maybe you disagree with them, maybe you know something I don't, you know, leave a comment down below. I'm always ready to be corrected. Usually when I start rambling like this in a video, I do miss a thing or two and someone corrects me in the comments. Like, I'm fine. You know, you can say whatever you want, correct me by all means if I missed something here, here or there. But yeah, I mean, this is mostly my thoughts, and of course, my mind can always be changed. Maybe some sort of genius in the comments is going to tell me why, the Battle on Pretty is actually the best playset we've gotten in a decade. Maybe they'll sell me on that. I don't know. But yeah, so by all means, leave your comments down below. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy today's video, or, maybe if you just like seeing my thoughts on Lego Star Wars as a hobby. Maybe you don't enjoy me talking about how, your favorite Legos theme is getting so expensive. I certainly don't enjoy it. But yeah, I'm very grateful for everyone who's watched this far in the video, and whether you're subscribed or not, thank you so much for watching the video, and yeah, have a blessed day. I'll see you all in the next video.